So can you share
Yeah,
your experience of the salary negotiation from what it was to how did it go to 128% of hike?
yeah, absolutely. So, I have started, I started looking for a job about 3 months ago. And I knew the industry average. I knew that I was being underpaid. And as per my research, I came up with a number which was, around 40% is the average hike that I should get, on a minimum hike that I was expecting from the market. And when I started applying for jobs and giving interviews, I was getting that range
Hmm.
pretty easily.
Okay.
But then I realized that the industry, that there is quite an unusual demand right now because of the boom that is happening in my technology. And the industry will definitely pay you well if you deserve it, and if you're able to communicate the value that you have, as Jogesh always says.
Yeah.
And I never had that belief that you'll be able to go beyond a certain limit. I always thought, for me personally, if the industry average is 50, I'll be able to get it up to maybe 70 for me, right? And people around me were always saying, you will get 30-40%, and that's what I've seen online as well. But that is not true. And the reason is very simple. I started doing research on these things, and while having a look at LinkedIn, I saw Jogesh's video. So he had two videos, one on negotiation, like the value of negotiation per second, and the other video was about a belief, about the negotiation process in India. So the about the negotiation process in India, it basically said that the recruiters are always willing to negotiate. It's just that most people never ask, right? So at that point of time, my belief was completely broken, and I thought, let me try this out. I have anyways a 3-month notice period due to the problems in our country. So it's easier to test these things. So
Yeah.
I tested them out, and I asked the recruiter, 70 is great, but I feel that we can be a little more flexible. Why not, let's push it to 120. So he said that that won't be possible, and we can do maybe up to 80-90%. I said okay, but then I said, look, I mean, there are multiple opportunities in the market, and see if it's possible, that would be great. If not, I won't be able to accept the offer. And there were other conditions also on the offer which I did not like. For example, I had to relocate. So that was also one reason that I asked for more money. And they called me back about after 4 days, and I got the letter on the same day. It was about 110% hike, the final hike that I got. And I was very happy to see that even these results are possible. I have around 3 years of experience right now, and this is my first switch. So obviously the number is pretty high, but still, I mean, the belief that I had that you can only get 30 to 40% is it's really broken. This number can also go up to 200%, depending on the company that you target. So when Jogesh talked about the idea of a bucket list, that also made more sense to me, because different companies have different budgets for the same role. So if you're thinking of applying, and if you're looking for change, and if you want a specific number, make sure that you also target companies which have those budgets. So that's it. From my side, I also want to thank Jogesh. He's been very helpful regarding some of the questions that I've had always, and because I need tweaks in very specific areas right now, because I went through the process myself, and he's also been very helpful in sharing his insights on those. Those things, especially related to negotiation, and what other non-monetary benefits that the company can offer, because that's also pretty important, and I think he'll cover that part also today.
Sure. Thanks. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Jogesh.